My friend Tapan Mishra has presented about the both communication and remote sensing satellites. I'm going to talk about the space science missions that ISRO has taken up because this is also a very important field. What is the importance of why we want to know about the space science? It's a quest for knowledge, and we want to know what is our life, from where we have come, and more understanding of our planet and protect it from the external forces. And outer space exploration and beyond, we want to see that what's happening beyond our Earth, Mother Earth. And then what are the benefits by doing this? We have done a lot of got benefits from this, and we have developed lot of platforms for new technology demonstrations, and we have a lot of international recognitions because of our machines, whatever we are put for the space missions. We are partnering with them, and we are bringing a lot of Indian academia and industries to partner with us, so that otherwise they will be keep on teaching and making publications of the papers. We want to make them instrument and put on the spacecraft and fly to the space and observe what's happening beyond the Earth. And we want also important activity that we are targeting in ISRO is inspiring the young minds. We have to ignite their minds, and they thought there is nothing beyond this what we are doing. We want to tell them there is much beyond that. They can think and they can make their payloads and they can put into the space and get the benefit from that. And what is that we are trying to do is that we are doing the X-ray astronomy, gamma ray burst experiment from the space, and ionospheric plasma studies, middle atmospheric dynamics, and also we are putting the payloads for the equatorial electrojet studies, solar flares and storms, ionospheric topographic, planetary explanation, and I will be showing some of the satellites what we are doing specifically for that. That Shivan Express and the Cold War, that is between the two countries, has brought the space age, and the first satellite was put in the September 1957, where we are not born. And then that time India was a underdeveloped country or just developing country. And as he told, the visionaries had a fantastic vision, and they thought we also should get into the space and get the benefit of the space. So that's why in 1962 itself we started our space missions, and finally by the 1975, April 19, we can put our first satellite to the space. And as we want to go note some unknown places, we want to inquire that what is the environment there, how the conditions, how to live in there. So we thought our first satellite is the Aryabhatta. We have put an instrument, X-ray astronomy payload. We want to study that space, where the satellites are going to be there, and we want to get the more information so that more future satellites when we are putting, they are safe. So that India enters the space era. With this satellite was launched from the Russian Cosmodrome, and we continued that series. Then when the next generation of our own launch vehicles are coming, the satellite launch vehicles or ASLV, augmented satellite launch vehicles, we start making satellites and payloads for that. And that in the process we have a SRAS-1, SRAS-2, SRAS-C, SRAS-C2 like that, and we are putting various instruments which can study the deep space and get the information like gamma ray burst, things like that. And then the next we have gone for a quantum jump, and we have gone into the Chandrayaan-1 mission. So as early as October 2018, we had first maiden flight of the moon mission. And with this, the participation of international space agencies we could brought in. I will be just bringing that to all the countries that participated. And then subsequently, not stopping at that, as an extension to that, we got into the Mars orbiter mission. So November 2013, we made our maiden flight, and it is a unique achievement with many first in the contemporary mission to Mars. And then last year we launched the AstroSat satellite in September 2015. So India's first multi-wavelength space observatory, which is comparable for any of the satellites that is observing the universe. And then I get a little bit information about Chandrayaan-1. It's a pinnacle of ISRO's international cooperation, and is launched by the PSLV-11. It is a unique mission, and the PSLV itself we have to totally manipulate to take this satellite to the moon, and look at that 1960s what the Americans and Russians are doing. They thought going to moon is a very big activity, and they need a satellite of the Saturn with 5,000 tons of the mass. And we have only our workers PSLV, and the whole brains were put together, and we have a satellite which can be launched by the PSLV, and we can still go to the moon and do some mission on that. So with that, the rocket and satellite was configured, and we have gone to the moon. And we have the first 5 payloads, what we are seeing is done in the India, and rest of the 6 payloads, we are given opportunities of the rest of the world, and we got the whole overwhelming response from the countries. With the rest of the 6 later experiments, the payloads were brought from the abroad, and we put integrated on our satellite and put onto our rocket, and with that, the first impact is we have put tricolor map on the moon. So that is a major achievement done by our VSSC team. And then these are some of the things. You can see the leftmost picture. That is a picture generally we see from the moon, from the earth. And when what you look from the moon, how the earth looks, and that the spacecraft is traveling towards the moon around 70,000 kilometers, the left side image was taken, and rest of the images you are seeing that moon impact probe is taking the pictures. And then we also found that first our Chandrayaan mission has found there are the hydroxyl and water molecules are available on the surface of the moon. And we have the mini SAR coming from the NASA, and that SAR has covered almost entire the surface of the moon except 2 degree circle around the pole where it is left out, and we are going to continue in the next missions. And the Mars orbiter mission, as I told, it's India's pride, and again we have only PSLV, and we have to reach the moon, and we don't have a very big rocket. Again the satellite is configured so that if the available fuel on the spacecraft, we can go to the Mars, and we could successfully completed that. It's the most economical interplanetary mission ever realized, and realized in a record time of 15 months, and successful accomplishment of mission objectives, whatever we put the targets, all have been achieved. And Mars orbiter mission was conceived as a logical extension of Chandrayaan, as I told, and we got to the Mars and develop and demonstrate technologies required for designing, planning and management of operational interplanetary missions. So we don't want to stop at Mars, and we want to continue the Mars and go to other planets also. This is just a demonstrator that we can plan a mission and we can propel the spacecraft to that, and we can reach wherever we want. We can get into the environment of that particular orbit. And constant of launch opportunity, of course, once in 26 months it comes. If we miss, again you have to wait for 26 months. We never missed the plan, and we are gone there. And of course, that brought a lot of levels to both India and the ISRO. So this is a typical mission plan. Most of you have seen that, and it started somewhere, as I told, and we started on September 24. We propelled the spacecraft to leave there. Sorry, on December 1st, 2013. It left there, and it started moving towards the Mars. It's a long 10-month journey, and satellite has to survive. All the systems has to be surviving, and then we have to go close to the Mars, where you are seeing to the Mars, and we reach it there, and we have to retard the velocity. Otherwise, if you don't do it, it simply goes interplanetary. It will not come back, not available. So that's what successfully achieved, and we have sent 44 days in geocentric phase. Then we have given enough delta velocity to the spacecraft, and we entered into the heliocentric phase, where we spent almost 10 months, 298 days. Then we inserted the spacecraft into the Martian environment. So these are some of the achievements that Mars orbiter mission has completed. It has taken the nice images of the Martian surface, and the spacecraft is moving around 400 kilometers by 70,000 kilometers elliptical orbit. So that's what I told. We have the limitation of what the satellite fuel we can put. We take it there. Probably with the availability of the GSLV Mark II or Mark III, we are going to have bigger satellites, and we can go very close to the Mars surface, and we can have a better images. And these are some of the images what we got from the Mars mission. And as I told, next we are going for the astrosite. So it's a multi-wavelength astronomy for observation of galactic objects, and these payloads are compatible with the worldwide order, the spaceflight, the satellite, the launch. And this has got a 60 kilometers orbital height, and the satellite is around 1500 kgs, and the design life is 5 years. The satellite is doing very well in orbit, and I am going to show some of the images. And we have the ultraviolet imaging telescope on board, developed by Institute of Astrophysics and the Pune Institute. And we have the LAX PC, and that's coming from the TFR. That's what I told. We are grouping a lot of academic institutes to part of the space. And then soft X-ray telescope for the TFR, and we have the cadmium telluride detector for the TFR, and we have our own ISRO payload, that is the sky scanning monitor. All are doing very well in orbit. And you can see this, the left side is the galaxy image of the NASA satellite, and the right side is image taken by the astrosat. Our instrument is so fine, you can clearly see the spacing of the rings, that is the nearby galaxy. So all the instruments are doing very well. And having done this much, what is that we are going to do in future? How we are going to take our steps further as an immediate thing, as a follow-on for the Chandrayaan-1, and whatever the limitations are that we have seen in the instruments of the onboard, whatever Chandrayaan we have put. So the instruments are improved and more number of payloads we are adding, and we are going for the next moon mission that we call Chandrayaan-2, and in this, so we are going to last orbiter we are having there is a spacecraft moving around the Earth, means the moon. Then in this we are adding a lander, and the lander is going to carry a rover, and that we are going to bring it onto the moon surface. We are going to move around and see that what is the chemical composition of the moon. I think my friend Soumya is also going to talk about that. I will quickly skip this. And again, our plan is, mission plan is same. We are going to the Earth to, we are going to escape, getting onto the moon, and we are going to capture by the moon. Then we are doing, this time we are going to 100 km circular polar orbit around the moon surface, and then we are going to separate our lander, and then after that we are going to take out the rover and going to move and get the experiment done. And basically we have a lot of instruments as I told, and it is a better instrument compared to the first mission, and we are going to have a better understanding of the moon surface and all the LNS band centric aperture radar we are going to have, and compared to the minis or what the NASA people are doing. And we are having imaging infrared spectrometer, and then we are having a terrain map camera. Already the camera has come to Bangalore clean room, and we are going to integrate that. And then we are going to have a neutral mass spectrometer which is called CHASE-2 to measure the neutral composition of the Terra's lunar atmosphere in 1 to 300 minutes. And then, as I told, the lander also we have the payload. Once the job of the lander is to take the rover there, land it, but we thought we should not stop that, we should add some payloads to that, and for that we have the instrument for the lander, lunar seismic activity instrument, developed our own US center, and Chandra surface thermophysical experiment, the CHASE experiment we have put an instrument there, and line map probe we have put to measure the plasma density in the vicinity of the moon, and then we have the dual frequency radio size for the total electron content that is coming from its own ionosphere. And then rover also has got a 2 payload, and he has got a laser induced breakdown spectroscopy and alpha particle X-ray spectroscope to carry out the in situ elemental analysis of the lunar surface near the landing site, and it can move and take, when it moves it can take the further analysis. Then we have gone for the Aditya L1 mission. This is one of the very ambitious projects of ISRO, and where very few countries have attempted this type of mission. We are going to go to the Lagrangian point, L1 point. So this is the point, you have seen the Earth, and around that we are going to have, again we are going to launch this by the PSLV, and we are going to have the 6 Earth balls and take escape from the Earth and go towards the Sun, and you are seeing that it is going towards the Sun. There we approach a point called Lagrangian 1 point, and there we are going to again manipulate the satellite orbit, and we are going to create a halo L1 orbit where the satellite is going to move in a highly elliptical orbit, and so that we will not have a blackout from the moon or the Sun, and we are going to have a continuous communication with the spacecraft. And these are some of the various critical activities that we arrive at the mission. How do you calculate and where to go, how to stop, again how to circularize, and not to have any blackout from the Sun, because anytime you see that Sun is coming on the antenna, you cannot have a communication blackout. This is what we are trying to eliminate that. And these are the various instruments that we are trying to put in. Basically, we can continuously look at the Sun and see what's happening on the surface of the Sun, and also the emissions coming from the space, means Sun, toward the Earth we want to monitor and record them. And we are having a very highly sensitive magnetic field sensor, where we are going to deploy from the magnetic spacecraft body about 6 meters, and we are going to monitor the field that is coming from the moon, Sun surface. And these are the various the payloads. You see, most of the things are coming from the academia. We are having VLC payload from the IAA, Institute of Astrophysics, and then you have a SUIT from the Pune Institute, and we are getting the PRS giving the aspects payload, and we have our SPL Space Physics Laboratory basis giving the PAPA payload, and then we have the solar low energy X-ray spectrometer, and we are also having the Helios payload, and all the things are coming from various academia plus ISRO centers. The next mission what we are talking is already got sanction approval and going ahead with the design is XPOSAT. So this is the X-ray polarimeter satellite that will study the degree and angle of polarization, because so far we are trying to measure the X-rays that's coming. This particular mission, we are going to study the polarization of the particular X-rays, which we are trying to derive some more information from the source of the X-rays. And as an exploration for the future, and we have a study team formed in the ISRO, and we are going to have a continuous interaction with various academic institutes and even the worldwide teams. Leading destinations are follow-on Mars mission we want to have. We want to have a mission to Venus, and next after L1 we want to go to a satellite for Aditya L5 point. Follow-on astrosat missions, asteroid and explore exoplanet, and many more missions we are thinking, and as the time goes we will be getting them. And follow-on Mars mission, we want to have the go to close. As I told, we are 400 by 70,000 kilometers. We want to go close. And the mission to Venus also we want to address and start a mission. The launch opportunities for the Venus is every 19 months we get one chance. And we also, for the job what we have done, and we also have the due recognition from the government of India and the public. You can see that as old as 1975 we have the postal stamp released for our Aryabhatta, and the note, the same 2 rupees note. And recently, all of you, the demonetization, the first thing we are all surprised to is our Mangalyaan spacecraft coming on the every 2000 rupees note. So it's a ISRO's pride, Mangalyaan in the hands of every Indian today.